I know this isn't a Dead by Daylight video, but I sort of want to expand what other things I upload. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Rampart and what I think of her. Um, Rampart is a legend I got a bit ago and wanted to try out because I just heard a lot of stuff about how she sucked, about how she was the worst legend in the game and stuff like that. So I bought her and I had quite a lot of fun with her. I like Rampart, but I can admit that she is a weak legend. I think she's underrated a wee bit, but at the same time, she's still a weak legend and definitely needs a buff. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I would buff and how I would do it. I'll start with her passive. Right now, her passive gives you an increased LNG mag and faster LNG reloads. I think this is not bad when you have a Spitfire or something, but it's far too situational and sort of leads to basically just you having to run something like a Spitfire or else you don't have a passive. It works for the devotion and stuff like that, but I don't really like those guns. And I can also see the Spitfire get a nerf after this season, so I definitely think her passive needs a rework. I would change Rampart's passive so that she can hold more ammo per inventory slot, from 60 bullets to 90 bullets, and on sniper and shotgun just maybe like 16 to 24 and 24 to 32. And then I would make it so she gets a flat 15% increase to reload speed. I don't think this would be overpowered. I think a 50% increase reload speed would just be nice. It's not going to really change anything. It's going to help in the middle of a fight. If you're standing in front of someone and you need to reload your R99, it will help a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to do that much. But it will be nice, and just you'll actually have like a proper passive now without having to run like a Spitfire. Next is our amped cover. I wouldn't really do anything with this and cover except make it so it sets up in 2 seconds instead of 3. I know this was reduced from 4 to 3. I still think it takes too long to set up to be actually, viable to use offensively. I like using legends offensively sometimes, like Rampart, but with the 3 second setup, you just can't really be offensive. You have to pre-set them up and stuff like that, which I don't really like. So I think reducing it to 2 seconds would just make it a lot more versatile and make her feel a lot better to play. Now finally, her ultimate, and I think this is probably the biggest problem with Rampart, is her ultimate is pretty bad. It's just situational as hell, like you can't really use it all that often. So I would rework Rampart's ultimate. I think for starters, she should be able to move with it. I don't think it should be a mounted turret. I feel like she should be able to walk slowly with it, roughly between the speed of walking normally and crouch speed. And I'm going to add some things to it, so you'll be able to walk with it now, but you won't be able to use that zoom that you do get now. You won't be able to use the sights unless you do plant it down. Planting down will take a lot. It'll be a lot faster, and her turret will now have a built-in gun shield similar to Gibraltar's, but it will have more health. It will have like maybe 120 health instead of 50, maybe even 150. This will just allow her to move about much easier. It's also similar to the Titan Legion from Titanfall 2. I know this is sort of what Rampart's turret is based off, so I think this gun shield would definitely be good. It would allow you to sort of walk slowly, but at least you would be able to move. It's just it would feel much nicer to play, make her ultimate much less situational, and more offensive as well. Finally, with her ultimate, there is another thing I would do. For starters, when it's mounted, you will have full 360 degrees turning. Once again, so it's just less campy. The more movement and the more you can use this turret, the less campy people will play, and that's better for everyone. And it will also make her stronger. And finally, I would just give that sight on it a digital threat, so you can look through smoke and stuff like that. It would just be a lot nicer. So that's all I would do to Rampart. This is like a full rework. This is a lot of buffs. This is buffing everything about her. So it is unrealistic, but at the same time, I do feel like this would be a good change for Rampart. Her passive would be less situational. Her amped cover would just feel a lot nicer to use. And her ultimate would be way less situational, and you'd be able to actually use it a lot of the time if you want. So I think that would definitely be great for Rampart. It would actually make her a really good legend. I think she's already quite slept on, but it's just her abilities could definitely use touched up. So that's going to be all for this video. On a guide out soon. Thanks for watching.